Alrighty, I'm Laura Gwyn of Gail Gwyn Properties, and with us today are Derek Rentz and Marie Baker from Pillar to Post.
Hi there.
Hi, everybody.
Right.
Yeah. So, what do you think I have a whole long list, but what do you think some of the positives are that are coming out of this current environment that we're working in?
From an economical standpoint, I think technology is going to skyrocket. IT, Pillar to Post, actually, I don't know how much we've talked about it. We're a franchise-based corporation, essentially. So Marie and I own a territory. We own Marion and Polk County. There's about 600 Pillar to Post franchisees nationwide and then up in 8 Canadian provinces. So we've been trying to stay ahead of the curve, technologically speaking, this whole time. And one thing I wish we were a little bit more advanced on, there's a program, I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but there's a new program coming out. We're going to try and launch it at the beginning of 2021. But basically what the home inspector will do at the inspection is we're going to walk around ourselves and take pictures, 360-degree pictures of every room of the house and outside at all 4 walls. And then that is going to be tied to the inspection report. So when we send out the inspection report, you'll still receive the same inspection report you're familiar with, but you'll also get a secondary link with the 360-degree view of the home. It's not unlike what you guys are using where they can click on different spots in the hallway. And then what's cool about this is it's tied to the inspection report. So as they're viewing this, they're standing inside their living room and they'll be able to, each room they go into, it'll have a list of, hey, these are the 4 things the inspector found in this room with the pictures that are attached to the report, so they can actually get close-up views of dry rot, for example, broken doorknobs as a bad example, but anything that goes in the inspection report will also be visible in this 360-degree view. So I think that kind of thing is going to exponentially grow as far as technologically speaking out of this whole COVID-19.
And I'm known for pushing the envelope, right?
Yeah.
And you had a child pop in. I have a landscaper, so you guys can hear my landscaper here, but I cannot live without my housekeeper.
Right.
I surely don't want to live without my landscaper.
Yeah.
But you know me, I'm always pushing the envelope. So anyone that knows me and that sees this video, they'll wonder if I don't ask this question, why? If you have a product available to you that you're planning on rolling out at the beginning of 2021, why aren't you doing it today?
The product is still in development, so we're waiting for it to be finalized. Yes, it's getting close.
It's a program called DocuSketch, and it is in its testing phases right now. So system-wide, Pillar to Post will take a selection of franchises and do more or less like a trial study. And so 6 or 8 groups will get together and do it. And as with all technology, there's always bugs and glitches. And so they do several iterations of a test group to weed out the majority of those bugs and glitches before it will become available system-wide for us.
And if it's not available, that's what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to hear him say that he just hadn't done it yet.
No, it's not available yet. And I'm imagining the equipment will be costly once it does become available. So it'll be a matter of, managing our funds appropriately in order to be able to do that. So right now, at the onset of all of this, everybody just kind of and stop spending anything because we didn't know what was happening, and so now that we see that there's still business happening, there's still amazing agents like you that are getting it done and representing their clients very well and encouraging home inspections. It seems like the floodgates are starting to break open a little bit, and we're still seeing mobility in the market, and so that will definitely impact our ability to expand in the future and to buy into those programs. But that is definitely one that when we were presented it at Brand Conference this January, Derek and I looked at each other and we said we need to be able to offer that as soon as we're able to. So
And Derek, are you familiar, or either of you familiar with BombBomb?
I'm not, no.
BombBomb is just a super fabulous program. You could, and I don't know all of like the tech reasons, but I use BombBomb a lot. And the really beautiful thing is that it compresses the video. So if you wanted to shoot a quick video of something and either text or email it to somebody, it zips it and compresses it. And then you're getting the information out live. It might be, if you're ever in a situation, consider BombBomb because it's really, in my opinion, it's super cheap. It's $45 a month, and it's an incredible program that you'll use all the time.
Yeah,
that's
awesome.
good to know. We're always looking for ways to serve our clientele best, and I think that like this right now, this kind of interactive meeting, it would be a great feature to utilize, especially, you know, occasionally. Traditionally, how this industry has worked is most of our clients are there at least for a portion of the inspection. Now it's most of our clients are not there for the inspection. And so we've had agents that FaceTime with their clients at the end. And so Derek presents the inspection to the agent while the agent is FaceTiming with the client. So he's talking to both of them. A Zoom meeting would be an option. And Derek and I are open to all of those.
Yeah.
And FaceTime, I think, is only like iPhone to iPhone. So Zoom is a little bit more universal. So it would be a great tool. We've always done phone conferences. I mean, that's just always been if a client has a question about an inspection report, Derek and our guys are just as easy to get a hold of as I am. So they should all be giving you business cards at the end of your inspection. So you should be able to.
Maybe not anymore.
Oh, that's true. Well, there should be something on your report that's emailed to you by the inspectors.
I haven't used a business card for eons.
Isn't that crazy? I think that's going to be one of those things that just kind of culturally fades out with all of this, you know?
I mean, I have them, but what do you do with them? I mean, we just share contact cards through our phones because then you don't have to type. I mean, I always joke, I'm lazy. I don't want to have to type that information. So here's
about working smarter, not harder.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So what other kind of recommendations? Oh, you know what I will tell you, when you mentioned FaceTime, I'll just tell you, like, as a tip, FaceTime, if you don't, sometimes we get places, it's not just out in the country. But I was at Cinnamon Hill last week, and my cell service just wasn't very good. So I was not getting a very clear picture, you know, FaceTime or Facebook. Like I could also do Facebook Live. So Zoom has really been like the most reliable over the last 3 weeks. Every single day we're trying all these different tools. Zoom has been incredible, and it's right there on our phone. So that's another thing, Derek. If you have Zoom, which they have a free account, you can just have Zoom on your phone if you wanted to show somebody something.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think are the biggest recommendations?
Again, biased, get the home inspection. That's been the number one thing I've noticed that has changed. Certainly the market has slowed, but just seeing an influx in people canceling. I think in the first 4 weeks or so of this coronavirus stuff that was going on, we had 4 or 5 cancellations because sellers wouldn't let people in the house. So definitely do the home inspection would be the biggest thing. And then otherwise, if you show up, great. Wear gloves yourself, wear a mask, take everybody. I think the whole world just needs to be considerate of everyone else. I think that doesn't happen enough. Even in the midst of all this, I'm still seeing whole families going to grocery stores. It's like, all right, just one person maybe. But do the home inspection and wear respirators if you need to, or whatever needs to be done. I guess that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I'm probably more. I mean, you're the home inspector. I think when you say, oh, everybody needs a home inspector, the average consumer may be just hearing a home inspector say they want to get paid. But it's not about that. So maybe elaborating and explaining to people, because most people, I don't think that they understand. Like when I counsel a seller, I always say the advantage to having the home inspection up front before I input the listing into MLS, even in pre-status, before I submit the forms, I like to have that home inspection done so that we can see all of the repairs and know if there are any surprises and get those bid. And then if we need to, we can pad that into the price.
Sure, absolutely. So if I may just expand on that really quick. So basically to just kind of, I guess for those of you who do not know exactly what a home inspection is or what it would cover, the average home inspection costs around $400 or so, give or take. And then, of course, additional services, upgrades, infrared scanning, which that's a whole different Zoom meeting altogether. We could talk all day. But at any rate, that's going to cover everything from the roof down to the foundation and all the components in between: your water heater, your furnace, the electrical systems, plumbing, siding, you name it. If it's attached to the house, it's getting looked at. So to kind of push back to that price, $400 for a home inspection, we're looking at, gosh, on average, 1,500 items, 1,500 different bullet points. I'm not going to list them all, obviously, but in any given home inspection, I almost always, and again, I'm not drumming up business for myself. I'm a third-party home inspector. I don't offer any repairs. We don't offer any services beyond the home inspection. We almost always find at least $400 worth of damage, whether it's a miswired outlet, that could be $200 for an electrician to come in, dry rot, and of course, in extreme cases, we've seen houses that need new roofs, new siding, you name it. So it's an investment. When you buy a house, it's an investment, and your home inspector, whether it's me or not, is there to help educate you about your home and the issues that it has so that you can make an educated decision on what those issues mean to you. Should they be fixed immediately? Is it okay if we let some of this stuff go and it gets fixed down the road? We're not technically supposed to give bids, but of course we have industry knowledge, so I can give ballpark estimates of what I think some repairs might cost. And I teach a lot of first-time homebuyer classes too. I always joke and tell the people at the classes, like, of course, hire me for your home inspection. But in all seriousness, Google, look at reviews, do your research, find a list of 3 home inspectors, call all 3 of them if you need to, figure out what the price is, ask them what they're going to look at. We don't mind. You're not irritating us at all. We love the questions and we're here to help. But yeah, that's where the home inspection really comes into play.
Sellers make more money and they net more money when they have a home inspection because they're not negotiating an unknown variable.
Right.
Even my mom, okay, I moved my mom here. I mean, she's my mom. I've been doing this for 30 years. I keep telling her, mother, trust me, just relax.
Right.
Well, I didn't get a home inspection in advance for her. I offered it to her because she kept asking me the same question. What if I have water underneath my house? It would have been, I mean, in hindsight now, 3 weeks later, it would have been worth my $400
Right.
to have gotten the home inspection to get you to poke your head underneath her house.
Right.
And have her quit worrying about whether or not there was water underneath that house.
Right.
So, I mean, it just, I get so many worries, you know, I'm the calmer.
Right.
Real estate inspections are, you know, what Derek was kind of, when he buzzed down that list, I mean, our product is home inspections, whether it's for a pre-listing inspection or a real estate transaction inspection once a home is already under contract. But like Laura, I can't stress enough how beneficial a pre-listing inspection is for potential sellers. You know, if you're sitting in a home that you've lived in for 20 years and you've let a few things go, but you know, hey, nothing's fall down yet, you know, everything feels fine. My lights still turn on and my hose still works, you know, so you don't really know what's going on. You haven't been up on the roof. You don't know what the condition of your gutters is. You don't know that there's moss built up on the chimney chase that is potentially allowing moisture to infiltrate. And those are all things that are, like Laura said, are going to really affect your bottom line. You might get a great offer on a house, but if it's contingent on a home inspection and we come in and find these things, you're going to see that offer price decrease significantly because they're going to come back to you with this, they're going to come back to you with this list of requests that you fixed. So, and from a buyer's standpoint, I think I heard once, and I apologize, I've been at this for going on 11 years, so these numbers have probably changed, but I think I heard once that on average, the home inspection will save you between $1,500 to $2,500 long-term down the road on the house.
We're seeing it $3,000 to $5,000.
Okay.
Buyers come in and negotiate low.
Yeah.
If they see anything at all, you know,
yeah.
What house in Oregon doesn't have a little bit of dry rot?
Right.
So,
but if you have had that listing inspection and you've had the opportunity to make those repairs ahead of time, you know, I sold a house several years ago. The roof needed some work. We went in and completely replaced the roof. Their home inspector came in and said that it wasn't done correctly, which I don't agree with. And so they negotiated us down $7,000 on our house. I drove by that house a couple days ago. It still has that roof that I put on it. So
Yeah.
we gave them $7,000 and they did not use it to replace the roof on the house. So,
That's not uncommon, but at least even if sellers don't have the money in their pocket to do the repairs right then, we can still get the repairs bid,
yep.
upload them into the listing so
Yep.
that the buyer has the inspection, the plan for the repairs, and then we just do them prior to closing and we pay for the repairs at escrow.
Yeah.
So-
Laura,
cool.
are you aware of our pre-listing inspection kind of package that we do where we offer a second walkthrough for prospective buyers at $135?
No.
Okay, so this probably should have been the answer to question number 1. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your services.
Okay.
So yeah, this isn't something that we think about a lot because it isn't a huge portion of our day-to-day
Like a reinspection? Or
Yes, so it would just
Essentially,
be
yeah.
like what you think
Okay.
of as a reinspection. But if you are representing buyers and you've paid us to do a pre-listing inspection for if you're representing the sellers and you've hired us to do a pre-listing inspection, if you get under contract and you let them know Pillar to Post did the original inspection, they will come back through and you will get an upgraded copy or an updated copy of the inspection report and a walkthrough to show that the repairs have been made or that you've received bids for the repairs. Usually it's, leaky sink or a little things like that. Sometimes sellers are doing the repairs themselves, and then sometimes they're having them done professionally. As long as receipts are included, but Derek or Gideon or Jordan will go through and do a walkthrough inspection, and then the buyers who were in a position of potentially having to pay for a $400 or $500 or $600 home inspection are paying $135 to get a whole inspection report. So that is a service that we offer.
I wasn't calling it by the right name, but I've just been saying, that you guys will come back and do the reinspection. And I've been quoting, 135 to 150.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it wasn't too far off. I just kind
Right.
of pulled stuff out of the sky, I have this knowledge. I'm not always sure where it's filed, but I didn't have the right name. But, more often than not, buyers still want to get their own inspection.
Yeah.
And so,
Again, it's that third party, unbiased opinion, and I understand it completely. Yeah. I'm suspicious of people by nature, and so anytime someone hires a company, for example, that offers a service, it's just like, okay, well, are they being honest or not? And when I do a pre-listing inspection, if a different home inspector comes in after me and finds all these things I missed, it's a way for me to cover it up if I do the reinspection. If that makes sense, it's probably a really bad example. And of course, I don't miss anything, but I can see where a buyer would be nervous and want to use their own home inspector rather than the sellers.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I just think every seller should have a pre-listing inspection because it allows us to be able to net them more money. And it's not just the sales price. I always tell people it's about the net. It's what are you walking away from at the end?
Sure.
We have
that makes perfect sense.
all these different places in a transaction where you can negotiate. Yeah. So
I love pre-listing inspections because there's no timeline. There's not a 10-day window that we have to get in there on. So
yeah. So is there anything else that you guys can think of that maybe I missed that you would like the public to know? Either pre-COVID, during COVID, or post-COVID?
Nothing comes to mind offhand. I'm sure as soon as we end this Zoom meeting, I'll think of 20 questions. But
well, then we'll do another one.
Right. No, I think we've covered everything pretty well.
Okay, good. How can people reach you to schedule inspections?
The best way to reach us would be either to email Marie at marie.baker, BAKER, at pillar, PILLARTOPOST, that's pillartopost.com. Or you can call our office number at 503-856-8775. Either way, you'll be getting hold of Marie.
Okay. And I can vouch that nobody ever needs to try to reach Derek because Marie does the work.
Right. You'll likely get my voicemail, which will refer you to Marie anyhow. So
No, Derek, we love you. We appreciate you, but you've got a great back office system. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I couldn't do this without Marie. Believe me, I'm very
and
well aware.
neither Derek or I could do this without his wife, honestly.
Fair enough. Shout out to Alexis. I'm not sure where she's at.
Not with us. She's pretty shy, so she probably wouldn't pop in here unless there was some sort of major incentive. But she is an amazing woman, and she is homeschooling 3 kids, not just because of COVID, but because she voluntarily wants to homeschool 3 children.
Glutton for pain.
And she does all of our bookkeeping. She keeps the wheels running on this machine, and I do basically what I did when I was working as an employee plus a little bit more, and Derek still is the workhorse that's out there getting it done every day. But Lex, we tease that she's the brains of the operation. We kind of come up with the big ideas and say, this is what we want to do, and we look at Lex and she tells us if it's doable or not. So
it's a reality.
She's amazing.
Great. Yeah. Great team. Well, we really appreciate you. I know that we utilize your services a lot.
Yeah, we appreciate you too.
Yes, absolutely. Same goes. I love when I get the text messages from Sabrina or the emails from Laura. Those always mean that we're doing something right, because we partnered with a great team as well.
Yeah, we do a lot. Well, we believe very firmly in inspections. Okay, you guys, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. If there's anything we can do to be of service, please reach out to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura. We really appreciate the opportunity. Take care.